Okay, here's the seat bottom. Same brand I used as in my last video when I was doing my passenger seat, and I was going to do my driver's seat here with the seat bottom, and I'd ordered 2 of them. Well, then I decided to do the back, and you can see here's the new back I ordered, and the colors don't quite match. So I went ahead and ordered a second seat bottom from the same people I purchased the back from so that they'll match better. And so this seat does kind of look a little bit different than the other one, so color-wise, you'll kind of see that when I have them both side by side. But I just kind of want to say, if you're buying these, I kind of recommend buying the seat bottom and the seat back at the same time from the same place. So now I got an extra seat bottom that, I got another 4runner, so I'll probably just use it for that one. But just so you know, the colors can be slightly off per manufacturer. So here you can kind of see all 3 of them together. That one on the lower right was that $35 one I had ordered. And it works great. I love it, and actually fits even better than this one on the left. The lower left, that one fit kind of loose. And in this video, you'll kind of see the top fits kind of loose too. So I guess manufacturers can kind of vary on how tight these patterns are. But anyways, let's get started with the seat back and putting it on. Okay, here you can see I do have that that newer bottom seat cover on, and see what I mean by it didn't fit as snug and as tight as that previous one, and I'd tightened this up really the best I could. It's got a few wrinkles. It did get better after it was in the car for a little bit, but I don't know. I wasn't as impressed with this brand. This was just purchased off eBay, and I did like that previous one better just because I thought it fit snugger. And so here's that previous one. You can see the color was slightly different. That's why I didn't use it, because it didn't quite match the back as good. So, okay. Gonna start replacing the top of the seat cover with my new seat cover I have. So first thing I'm going to do is pull off the old one. So I'm going to start by, this is the driver's side, and it does have the lumbar support. So I'm going to start by pulling off the lumbar support handle. Okay, for the lumbar support handle, you can see in here, there's a ring clip that's going to have to be removed. What I do is just get in here with a screwdriver and see if I can push that clip off. Oh, yep. I got it. Here you can see the clip. So set that aside. Okay, next I flipped the chair over, and I'm going to try to undo this latching mechanism that they have back here. So I think I can just, I'm pulling on the top part, and I'm kind of pushing with my right hand. And there's a little hook mechanism that catches. So now next I'm going to have the option. When I put my new one, I could either cut a slit and kind of try to slide it around these, but I think I'm just going to remove these, and that way I won't have to deal with that. I think it'll go in a little bit better, and I won't have to risk ripping my new seat cover. As I've done it on my Clasios before, to where I'll take it, do a small slit, and I'll try to get it around here, and around there. But I don't want to do that. So at this point, I'm just going to slide the cover off, but I'm going to leave these on so I can access them from inside the chair and actually remove these. So at this point, it's just going to be lifting the cover up. Okay, I got the chair half up, and then I do have a couple clips, hog rings, that I'm going to have to remove. So I'll show that real quick. Here you can see the hog rings I'm going to cut, attached to the bar on the seat cover. So there's a couple right there. So that's what I'm taking my cutters, and I'm just going to cut real quick. Okay. So now with that cut, I'm just going to lift up even more. And you can see I almost got it off. But I am going to have to take those, you can see right there, those top clips out. So now I'll go back to turn the chair around. I'll go look at the backside. Okay, now I'm at the backside of the chair. And what I want to do is release those clips that were on the top. So let me see if I can get to those from here. Okay, it's hard to see, but up in here, hard to hold this back and do it, but there's that opening up there. You see that gray in there? Those are the clips for those top pieces. You can see it on that one. You can see it on that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze those together with my hands, and then they should pull out. So let me go back. Okay, now just to make it easier to see, I'm going to cut this off. It's just kind of hanging in the way. There. Oh, and I'm also going to remove that one bar that I was clipping to on the back, because I'm going to reuse that on my new seat cover. So I'll have this bar to reuse. Okay, so I'm going to reach up under here, and kind of where I was pointing at, I'm going to try to squeeze those clips. Let me grab it, see if I can get it squeezed to release this. It's a little hard. Okay, I can feel one side really good. Okay, yeah, that was pretty easy. Now I'll just remember this one without the squeeze thing was on the back right side. And here's what I was squeezing. You can see those in there. So I just kind of reach in there and squeeze those. This one went in like that. This one looks like it's positioned a little bit differently in there when I shove it in, but I should be able to still get in there and get these. So it's a little bit harder to release. I'm pinching it together, but this one doesn't want to come off as easy. I'm not sure why. Okay, what I had to do was I had to get under there, and I had to kind of, what did I use? I used my socket set. I just had it here. I had a socket with an extension on it. Where did it go? Oh, I just kind of had this under there, and I did give it a couple light taps, and it broke something loose. So I don't know. It was really tight in there. So yeah, this one was just super tight, catching on something, I guess. But I was able to tap it out. Here's what it looks like. Looks like it might have got caught on something right on this edge. But okay, so now I got that off. So now it looks like we're ready to put the new cover on. I mean, it should just be a quick process. So I'll flip it around. I guess just slide the new one over and hook the hog rings on in the middle. Okay, I'm gonna start by getting this ready. I'm just gonna flip this in half and get it to where I can see that strip that I'm gonna have to use the hog ring on. So I'll just kind of turn this inside out up to that bit where that strip is. And what I mean by that is there's this little strip where I'm gonna run that wire I pulled out from the old one into, and crimp this back on. So then I'm just gonna go ahead and get this down to that strip. Goes on pretty easy. Appears adjusted, kind of centered. Okay. Take my strip, run it across, and now I can go ahead and anchor it down here. You can see here, I'm going to anchor it to that ring right there. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. So again, need the hog ring pliers. That looks good. Show you what that looks like. There, can you see the other ring? Hard to see, but it is connected there. There. Okay. Got that one. And you can see that one in place. What's interesting is I see this is split and not covering anymore. So I wonder, you know, what's funny is I've never noticed this when sitting in there. It doesn't seem to be uncomfortable or anything. Now there's padding on the seat, so I'm just going to leave it. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and fold the rest of the seat down. Seat cover down. Over the seat. On each side. See how it looks. You know, I don't know. It looks okay, but we'll see how it gets when it's tightened. But I really don't like, this seat cover just seems so much looser than that other brand on the bottom. I don't know. It just seems slightly oversized. I expected to have to stretch it more. But we'll see what the finished product looks like. I mean, these seem offhand a little loose, but I'm not done tightening it at the bottom. So let me flip the chair and do that. Okay, I flipped the chair over to go ahead and get this little hook latch system, which is going to go on super easy. So this cover just seems like it's going to be a little bit loose. Got a bunch of grease on my hand. That's one thing, I keep wiping my hands as I do this. Okay, clean my hands up again. Every time I touch the bottom here, it gets grease on it. I don't want to get on the new seat cover right off the bat. So this is just like looks like the hook and loop type fastener system, kind of like we saw before. What's interesting is it looks like this is pretty wide, so maybe it doesn't really fit in here very good. So does it angle cut just the plastic portion on the top? I'm going to do that. I don't know, see how it looks. See if that helps. Should probably get something better to cut this with, but... And again, the reason I'm doing that, I just don't want to screw up these where they sewed that and have that start unraveling on me. See if that helps a little bit. I'll do the same on the other side. I should go get my bigger pair of snips or something, but... Okay, see if that helps. Yeah, it's still going to hit on that back part. I mean... Okay, here's what I did was I snipped off just that outer ring and left that little back, which folds a little bit easier. And I did it the same on that side, so I think this will help out. Okay, so I got it. That did help. Not really happy with how loose that is, you know, but let me flip it over. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, here's what it looks like so far. You know, I honestly think it's a little sloppy, like right here, right here. It seems like it was just oversized. The same thing I noticed with the bottom seat cover, so. I mean, it literally looks not like I redid the leather. It kind of, to me, it looks like I got a seat cover over the leather, you know? So, I'll get the top pieces popped in, get the side lumbar in, put it all together. But my initial reaction is, yeah, it's better than a toward seat, but I don't know about the quality of this one. Not the quality. The quality seems great. It just seems like they oversized it a little bit when they made it. So I'd rather have it be tight, kind of a tight fit, you know. Okay, for this, I'm just going to kind of feel, I can feel right here where one of those posts is going to go. And I can feel right here where the other one is. So I'm just going to go ahead and poke a hole and use my razor blade or scissors to cut these out. Guess I could use a screwdriver to poke the hole, or I think I'll just find the center, do it with my needle nose. Okay, I got that one poked. And this one is right there. It's about center there. Okay, so I got my 2 holes poked. And I'll just use my little razor blade, and I'm going to cut a hole. The stuff stretches, so I'm just going to cut a hole about, I'm going to kind of use this to measure. So it'll go almost around the size of this, I think I'll cut the hole for. Maybe a little bit smaller. So I'm just going to kind of, maybe I should get a Sharpie or something to do this so I can kind of, okay, there you can see it. Those are the little holes I'm going to cut for the headrest. And this time what I think I'm going to do is when I shove it in, I'm going to first kind of, see if I can show you this. I'm going to kind of hold, remember that metal bracket that was in there? What I'll do is I'll kind of stretch this around that metal bracket and then shove that in. See how it looks. Okay, that looks much better. Let me show you that. So what I did was I kind of held that around that metal piece, and then I shoved this in, I heard it click, and then I relaxed it and let that up. So I'm going to have to widen this hole too, kind of to do the same thing. Okay, by holding it around that metal piece, this is what I mean. I kind of get it to where it's cut, it's slid down, and I can kind of hold it around, then I can shove that piece in. And again, this was aiming to the left, so I'll get that shoved down around that metal piece, aim that to the left, go until I hear it click, and then kind of pull up on the fabric. Okay, that looks good. So, you can see it. They are in, they are straight, no tears. I didn't have to take off any excess material that I needed. Okay, so let me flip it around, and I gotta get the lumbar still. That should be easy. Okay, lumbar, I can feel the knob poking out right here. I guess I can just put a little dot on it. So I'm just gonna cut a little circle around there. Let's see, I'll just cut something like this. See if that'll work. And again, just using my cheap little razor blade, then I'll shove that in and get that lumbar clamp on. Okay, I just cut my little hole with my little razor blade slightly smaller, and then I push that on. So now, I just got to figure out the lumbar support and push the clip back on. You can see the notches on there, so I can either push the clip on from this side or this side. So I'm gonna have to go from the back side. And honestly, I think I'm gonna have to go back and look at my video because I don't remember. I should have paid attention to where this goes. Because it could go any direction, so let me do that. Wow, that was super easy to do. All I did was I ended up pushing this a little bit farther in, and I just popped the clip in from the back. So that worked out good. So that still works. That's good. So now I'm pretty much done. I'll go ahead and put the bottom on, and we'll see how the thing looks all together. Okay, here's how it looks in its final completion. I don't know. Some things I don't like is it just doesn't seem tailored. This kind of sinks in. I don't know. It's better than it was, you know, but I think I paid probably about $115 for the bottom and the top. The bottom I'm happy with. I wish they wouldn't have folded it up in the box, but I kind of think this will go away. I kind of think those folds for what was folded in the box will go away. You know, a little heat and everything. The looseness of this, though, you know, is just kind of seemed kind of sloppy. I think they could have tailored this much better. And I don't know. I think I paid like about $70 for the top. So I can't say I'm too happy with the top part. The bottom part, you know, if you see my other video, I was really happy with that bottom one. This one was a little bit looser than that one too, so I think this one could have been tailored better as well. Just a different brand. But overall, I don't know. I'd give it probably a 7 out of a 10 or something. I mean, it's better than what I had. I don't have the rips. We'll see how it looks after sitting in it for a while and everything. But I just don't expect, you know, the sloppiness to go away. And I kind of think in a way it's going to probably end up looking worse. So, anyways. Okay, here it is in the car. I mean, you can kind of see that, yeah, it definitely looks a little bit sloppier. The new one's on the right, and the original seat back is on the left, and the bottom seat cover on the left is that cheap $35 one I installed in my previous video. And I think that looks actually better than this newer one that I paid a little bit more for. Here's a view from the back again. You can just see that it definitely looks like this was just designed a little bit oversized when they cut the material and stitched it together. So I guess it just depends on which manufacturer you buy it from. So I don't know a way you could tell this in advance how it's going to look. And here they are just kind of both together. Just kind of did a quick top view so you can kind of see it. Colors definitely look a little bit different. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hope this helps someone.